Okay, let's get started now. Programming. So, what is programming? Now, same programming. It's we want to give computer instructions for it to be able to follow and do whatever we want it to be done. So that's what you say. A computer, I know you know that's a device for working with information. And then now, a computer program is basically the series of instructions that tells a computer how to perform a certain task. So that's how we say program is. So that now when we say about programming, we'll be talking about giving computer instructions for them to be able to do whatever you want it to be done. And same thing, we've got a lot of programming languages from the way you said, the one you talked about, the Fortran, Visual Basic, Java, Python, all these are programming languages, and they all do a certain one job, which is now writing instructions for the computer to follow. So the another thing that comes now, Nandi, when you are trying to begin in programming, it's how computers program are executed. Actually, when you are installing a program, it will get installed in your local disk, in a hard disk, or in external storages. And then now when you are running, that program is copied in RAM, so that now the computer is having the instructions copied on the RAM so that it knows what's supposed to be done. Because now the main memory is the one that computer uses to get instructions when it's running program. So this is even where when you hear programs, a computer is hanging, probably it's got a small RAM and you are running a lot of stuff that are occupying the whole of memory, the RAM now. And this part is basically very key. That's why I usually likes talking about it when you're starting, because it's key when we start learning variables and data types. Now this makes more sense now, how the computer programs and how this data is copied on the main memory. So that's when now variables comes in, and especially to represent now this information that is being copied in the RAM. So you require memory, because now every bit of information in that program will be copied in the memory. So we need a way of representing that information, which is by help of variables, which are now the placeholders in the memory for storing data, information about the program when it's executing. And a variable now will be stored in a certain data, is in certain format, which could be text, numbers, or decimal numbers, or just true, yes, true or false, which is Boolean. So let's now get to Python. Why should you learn Python? Now, because Python was one of the programming languages to get started with, and it's very easy. It's a beginner language. Most companies are using Python, and Python has different use cases, from data science, machine learning, from automation. Ile nimekuwa nikiambia James sasa, James, that's why I want you to learn Python, so that you can automate your sites. Management your sites zako.
Okay.
It's also a firm foundation to learn other languages, because it's easier, and so it's also fun. The way these notes have been made is even how the kids can be able to understand. So use cases are Python, web testing, data extraction, AI, data science, web application and internet development, database, and also cybersecurity. Pia automation iko hapo. Sasa hii ni ya watoto. I won't talk about this. It's another language for children. So maybe we can just get started into this one for data science. The part for data science will come to it later, once you get there, because now we need to start in a Python, because Python is the language that is used to work with data science. It's the preferred language for data science. Data science is just, it gives you so many libraries for working with data. That's why it's used there. So you can get started. To get started in programming, you know that you require an IDE where you'll be writing now those instructions that we talked about. That's why I want us to download. Let me close this. close project. So we will require PyCharm.
Are you sure we can use PyCharm on our machines in Njuguna?
Yeah.
We'll try. I think so. Let's try.
Oh, mnatumia za kazi.
Yeah.
Probably
Are you an admin?
Nakumbuka
No, I'm
this
not an admin
I
on
tried
mine.
to install Android Studio. I had to request for inaweza kataa kurun hizo script. You
I
can
thought so.
run Visual Studio Code.
What about Reply? It was called what? Reply?
Oh, there is also Jupyter Notebook. No, not Jupyter. Jupyter Notebook online. That will be easier.
It would be easier.
Haitahitaji you install anything. Let me share the link on the chat. Just click on that Jupyter. James, maybe you can also use that. Probably.
Let me see.
And Reply IT? Nani? Jackson?
Pia iko sawa.
Iko sawa.
Reply T Python. Pia it's also good.
Let me see whether it does.
I'm not sure kama unaweza save your work.
And it does. So mesema nitumie Jupyter.
Jupyter. Let me see if this inaweza save kazi yako. You see, Jupyter, it's easier. You'll be saving your work.
Ah, okay.
Sasa. That's why I like Jupyter.
Okay.
Because sure.
Okay.
Jupyter, you need to install an Anaconda to get started. So try classic Jupyter, try with C, try with okay. Oh, this one, the first one is one for try classic.
Try classic, not bad.
Let me see. You can just use it like that, or yeah. Let's see. You'll have to install the
Jupyter.
Yeah. Huh? To set it up. No need. Itakuwa allowed to work from online. There's a way you save your work, save as. Sasa hapa sijui kama it's good you download an Anaconda first so that itakuja locally hapo kwa machine. Anaconda.
You have a link for that?
Yeah, let me give it to you. Installing on Windows. Niweke kwa chat. Yeah. So the first link is for downloading it. Hoping faith utaweza kuinstall.
Anaconda?
Anaconda. Yeah.
Tuone.
All these resources without having to read.
Like I shared the notes.
Let's say now you are in Python itself.
Yeah.
Do I need to
actually do a lot of comments when I'm teaching? I do comment code a lot. So we usually say Python is dynamically typed. So when you are defining your variables, you do not define their data type, their type, how they are represented. You don't say like I know when you are learning those other the Fortran or that, you must have seen this string equals then now where you define the type of the data and then the variable name and then the value of the variable. Oops. This is not necessary in Python. Python is dynamically typed, so there's no need of defining the data type for that variable. So you just get started. This is a name. So name is Jackson. Maybe let's say
Age.
gender. Yeah.
Age.
Oh yeah. Male. Let's say age. 18. So these are variables. Now we are just defining a place. We are just asking the computer create a placeholder, a place in the memory, and then give it this name, label it as a name, and then put this value there. That's what it means. The same thing. Give us a place in the memory. Call it this gender, and then store male there. Age, the same. That's a variable now. So this is we call defining a variable, and then this equal sign is for assignment. You are assigning it a value. Now this is what we call about data types comes in now here. The type of this data, how it will be represented in the memory. This is a string. It's a text. So it's a string. It will be stored as a text, and this also, but this one will be stored like in number format. So this is as an integer. So those are the various data types in Python, like these ones, or these data types. A data type is a format in which a variable or value is stored or represented. We have a number of them: integer, string, float, Boolean, list, and dictionaries. So in this lesson, we'll be able to go through all those data types. So that's our age. You can even now, let's say is married. Now that is more of a question that requires yes or no. So this can be true, meaning yes, or false. Now this is what you call Boolean type. You should also be writing. I hope I'm not faster.
For as long as you share the notes, it's okay.
Yeah. So this is a Boolean. So to check this, but first of all, to print this on the console so that you want to see the value that is stored here, you print it. We print that using the command print. And then now inside the bracket, you pass in the name that you want to, the variable that you want to print. So this is a function that calls for whatever is stored here and then displays it on the console. Now for you to run it, in PyCharm, to run this file, you just right click inside. But for you, you have to go to the cells and then run the cells. At the top, those top section, you can try to run this now and print one of the, you can try that, run the cells. I think I feel the need for also using this. I'm just saying.
Are they key sensitive?
No, which one? Yes, it's case sensitive because name, let's say, this is not the same as this. These are two different things.
Ah.
You see, I'm able, if it's not case sensitive, then I will not be able, this would be the same as this. So I would have seen Jackson with a capital C and a capital J on the console only once. So it's case sensitive.
Oh.
To check the type, the data type, you use the print. Remember, the print is for displaying on the console, and then you use type inside it. Type as also its parentheses, and then inside the type, that's when you pass in the variable that you want to check it data type. Let's say age, and you run. So this is a class int, meaning it's an integer. James, tuko pamoja?
Hapana.
What's up?
Now, you wanted us to do the same, eh?
Yeah, I also wanted you to do the same. I'm not sure
Now,
whether you're able to see my screen at the same time work on your.
Mine is giving an error.
It's side by
Line
side.
4 is married, false. Let me see.
Oh, no. Okay. Then I'll have to set it up also so that you have the same thing. Some slight difference it might be there. How did you? What is the error message saying?
No, it's okay. I've deleted the line number 4 because line number 4 was is married false. So it gave an error, a syntax error.
Yeah.
But no, when I run anything, it is showing is what my name. It's not giving me my gender.
Oh, you did not print the gender. You
Oh, I
need
need to print gender.
for you
Okay.
to see it, you have to print it.
Okay, yeah.
So you can just return you can uncomment the one for, you can put it again, the one for is married, and then run it. Tell me the error message. Probably it's a capital F, I'm not sure. Just run it again.
Okay.
Yeah.
Oh, yeah. It's actually running, yeah. And print age, yes.
Yeah. So you can also print to make it to display it on the console. You'll always print it. Yeah.
The bit I didn't get was what I didn't get is the string name.
Yeah.
If at all I have name in small n and name in capital N,
Yeah.
is there any difference? That's what is it that key sensitive?
No, it is, yeah. This is not the same as this. Yeah. And you should
What's
not
the difference?
Yeah.
What's the difference?
You should not, okay, let me just show you this name. You see, this is a different name. This is how I'm trying to, it's a bit tricky for because Python is dynamically typed. So I'm trying to, you see, a variable can be updated. So for example, if I come here and let's say now name, I see name is not Jackson, but this is Faith. I want to store Faith there. So what gets printed here is Faith, not Jackson. So let's see that. See, now name is Faith. Now I come here again, now name equals Faith. Now I'm writing it in full. Then I'm printing name. You see, I won't get Faith Kadomi printed because
it's calling. Understood.
It's different from this.
Yeah, understood.
But if I try to print name with capital
Letters.
Yeah, then
it will call
Faith Kadomi.
I've understood. Okay, understood.
So it's case sensitive. These
Okay, I've
cases
understood.
are different. Yeah. James, hiyo imeeleweka pia? Yeah, did you get that?
Just a minute.
And then, Murigi, when you're saying is married and you're calling true false, that you don't put it in with the opening and closing marks.
No, you don't know. This is a different data type. This is Boolean.
Okay.
So just like the numbers, you do not put the quotes.
The quotes.
You put those quotes. You only put the strings only.
Oh, strings only are the ones that have quotes. Okay.
This is why we say Python is dynamic type, because it's able to know this is a string and this is an integer. And if I make a mistake here and say gender equals 10, it's defined there again, that's why. For example, let's say gender. If I say gender is 10 and I print it type.
Print gender.
I want to print it type, data type.
Oh.
Now it will give me an integer. It won't give me a string. because Python just automatically detects the data type based on how you represented that text.
Oh,
If you
so
put
it gives.
a quote, then it will take that one as a string. So let's say if I
Ah, gender is, yes,
if I say now gender is quote 10, now this
10.
changes to be a string.
Oh, then it gives you 10.
Yes, I'm not printing. No, what you are printing, you'll still be 10. Yeah, printing is a different from the printing type. We are
Yeah.
printing type at line 14 and line 15. I'm printing the gender value, whatever is stored there.
Mm.
Yeah.
And printing line 14, the type, you're saying that is what type, gender?
This is checking the data type for gender.
Oh, the data type.
Yeah. So Python allows you to be able to use a function, a result from another function and put it as an input to another function. You see type is returning the data type of this variable you're passing here. Then now that variable is given to print for it to be to appear on the console. Yeah. James, any question?
Just a minute, I'm at where we had a syntax error. Yes, let me see.
It's interesting. James.
Just a minute.
To extend 15 minutes.
Whose screen is this? Jackson, is yours? Eh?
Yeah, this is mine.
We just scroll up. Just up a bit. Just want to see how you did the is married equals false. Oh, there's an underscore somewhere.
Yeah. Oh, yeah. I did that so that now after I can explain the naming convention.
Okay.
I wanted you to copy it the way it is first. So there's an underscore. This is the naming convention for Python. You are supposed to join words like this, either underscore or you, because there should be no spacing at all. Yeah, that's how the Python recommends. So it's the recommend underscore. If you go to some languages like JavaScript, they will say now the M should be capital. What is the camel case? No, they're not really camel case, because camel case or even I should be capital, but it's sort of that. So this is the recommended naming convention, and all variable should be lowercase. That's what is recommended. This is not recommended much. This for naming in uppercase. James, tunakungoja sasa.
Just finishing on something here. Oh, it's okay. Let me run it. So
Oh, you run the wrong file, the cell. Click on the first one, where your code is.
okay.
Yeah, just try to get in there. Hata unaweza weka another line when you are inside there.
Huh? Oh, here.
Yeah, click that, then now run cell. Yeah, run. Kuna hiyo button ya run. Oh, okay. Click on the cell, cells. The name said run whole. Then run whole. Okay.
Not connected.
Oh yeah, that's why it's not connected.
Oh, you must always be online, eh?
Maybe ulifunga nini?
Oh, the CMD.
CMD. James, did you close it? Will you close? That's why. It's running locally.
Okay.
So itabidi ufungue tena so that it can connect.
Okay. And how do you run the CMD again?
You just search for Jupyter Anaconda the way you did, and then it
Oh,
again. Once it open another tab, you can now reconnect. You can try to refresh this. It pick.
James, hebu fungua ndio nikumbuke tena.
James, share yote. Aja share screen yote. So maybe you can share the screen yote ndio tuone.
Sawa.
That's why I said Anaconda ni kama server sasa. Server, so it's having all those packages pamoja na hiyo Anaconda on it, yeah. They're now allowing you to run them locally.
ISO screen.
When you're sharing, kuna hiyo option ya share screen, kuna share individual windows that are open. So una click the screen. Yeah, like that. Ushafungua. James ashafungua. So go to that tab now.
Ashafungua ni sawa.
Yeah. Go to that tab where we were. See, naona iko kwa tab ya no, it's open, James. Yeah, okay.
Yeah.
That's one. Now you can try to refresh it. I hope
Is refresh?
You can just refresh the tab itself. Hiyo button ya reload. Next to those control arrows, back and next and free. Yeah, reload it. Yeah, you can now run it. Yeah, kona error, capital P. Is that capital P?
For print.
No defined. So I can see it's supposed to be small p.
Yeah, print, huh?
Yeah.
Okay.
You'll notice most of the Python functions are small in lowercase. Yeah, now it's printing James. Now you can try to print the type for James to see whether it's a string or it's an integer. By just putting the print, but now inside the print you put the type. Print, and then it has it has the parentheses.
Then
inside the parentheses you put the type. Right type has its own parentheses because in function here.
Then parentheses.
Yeah, parentheses, opening and closing. And then inside these of the type you put you write name inside so that we are printing the data type for the name.
Okay.
Yeah. It's a string. Yeah, it's a string now.
It's a string.
Yeah.
But allow me to ask, so but inside should it be the data type name, or it should be integer int?
Come again? Inside?
I'm asking. Should it be the second one, that the line number 7 that is written, should it be type name or type int?
No, it's type name. You are checking the data type for name variable.
But
is that clear?
Yeah.
Yeah. That's why you are passing in the you see print is for it to appear on the console.
Yes.
And then the type is to check the data type for variable fulani.
Oh.
Name. Hiyo ndio tunataka kujua data type yake ni.
Oh, okay. Nimeelewa.
It's printing, ina print kama ni class str or it's int, it is an integer.
int. Okay, nimeelewa.
Yeah.
And if you put the brackets, if you put the name in brackets?
What do you mean in brackets?
7.
Ni mimi ama ni wewe? Sijui kama ni mimi. I think ni mimi.
You can't hear?
Ilikuwa unapotea kidogo.
Okay, acha tu nione the next one na print. It's okay. Nimeelewa, understand.
Yeah. Yeah, so your gender is made. So this is a syntax. This is what you call syntax now. The rules of a language. The rules of a language now of this Python state that for you to define a string, you need to give that value of the variable inside the quotes. For it to be an integer, you'll have to, there's no need of putting the code. You just give the value. That's the syntax now. If you hear about the syntax, that's the syntax. Yeah. Come again, James. James, I can't hear you. Faith, can you? I lost you. I'm not sure whether it's my network or it. Wow. Faith, sikuski. Yeah.
Yes.
Come again.
The problem.
Can you hear us?
Yeah, I think it's my network, Sasa. It seems now my bundles are reliable more than the network yenye niliweka jana. Now can you hear me? Faith. Hello.
Yeah, I can hear you.
No, you're using bundles, am I using fiber?
You may change network. I've been using,